What's up, guys? Corntrix02 here with another edition of What's New. In fact, actually, it's not an edition of What's New. It's just a video I decided to do because I saw my good friend Sergeant Deez on YouTube. You should definitely go subscribe to him. I have to the link to his channel down below. But it's just a rebuttal to what he was talking about. He really made a video talking about why people are upset about the whole Roman Reigns Royal Rumble win and the Royal Rumble pay-per-view as a whole, and why people was bad. I'm a person who believes that it was not a good pay-per-view. My friend Deez and other people think otherwise. It's kind of split. It's more toward, I think more people are disliking it more than liking it, but there's also those people like my good friend who actually enjoy the pay-per-view, and that's okay. And everybody has the right to their own opinion, and that's what he believes. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give my rebuttal to what he was saying. In his video, he was saying that a lot of people were upset about the results of the Royal Rumble because Daniel Bryan didn't win. And that is not exactly true. I'm not saying that there's not people out there who disliked it because Daniel Bryan lost, because there are all those people who were upset, oh, Daniel Bryan doesn't win, forget it. I'm not one of those people. I know a lot of people out there who have said this on a bunch of occasions, different YouTubers and Twitter guys. I've said this. So go look at guys like Solid Monster and trying to think of his name. I can't think of his name. Good Might Work. Sorry, Solid Monster, Good Might Work, and some other guys. Then you have the guys like Dolly X-Man, who are really just upset because Daniel Bryan was not the guy, which, come on, guys, really? One thing I will agree with Deez is that he said that Daniel Bryan did have his moment last year. Thanks to us, the Yes Movement, we made that possible and got WWE to fix this whole problem, because nobody in their right mind was going to want to see Randy Orton versus Batista in 2014. That was just going to be a terrible thing, and it's just not going to be good. So they changed it, thanks to us. And we gave Daniel Bryan that moment. And, things happened. He got injured, and that really sucked. And he was been gone for months, for most of the year. And that really sucks that happened to him. And I can understand why people want him to have another shot and go in there and you win the championship against Brock Lesnar of all people. What an awesome match that would have been. But, WWE let us have our way last year. This year, it seems like they're going to go with what they want to do, and what they want is they want Roman Reigns as the next big guy. They're setting him up to be the next star, next guy, to take John Cena's spot. And it's nothing we can really do about that. Vince likes him, and that's kind of just something that we're going to have to try to accept. But that's, like I said, Roman Reigns winning was not my problem, because, come on, guys, you saw that coming. There's no way that, you always had that little bit of hope that maybe Daniel Bryan or somebody else would win it, but we all kind of knew that they were going to go with Roman Reigns, and that's exactly what they did. But here, I'm going to go with my problems and my rebuttal to some of the things that my friend Deez was saying. And, he's saying that the pay-per-view itself. Let's go right there. I'm going to just go through this really quick because it's not that big of a deal. But you see, like, he liked the pay-per-view, which is cool. But in my opinion, the Divas match kind of Diva match blew. It sucked. Probably one of the worst Diva tag team matches I've ever seen in my life. The freaking tag team title match, it was, even though it was pretty good, we've seen this match on numerous occasions. The Ascension versus New Age Outlaws, it was okay. They got the point across. They're trying to build the Ascension to be something, so they beat a legendary team like the Outlaws. And that was, and the main event was amazing. Other than the main event, everything else kind of sucked. There was Tag Team Mania. In my opinion, I didn't like it. So, alright, let's go to, like we said, I don't have to really go over the main event. It was amazing. Everybody agrees on that. Okay, let's move on to the Royal Rumble match. And this match was just really, really lackluster, in my opinion. They start off with The Miz and R-Truth, of all people, two guys that nobody really cares about. Nobody really likes Miz, and and R-Truth isn't relevant, and they really just got him out there for Bubba Ray because they didn't have Devon. For some reason, they didn't bring back Devon too, so they can, you know, I don't know, it's really weird. They just replaced Devon with another black guy, or whatever. But yeah, so he was out. Then they had DDP. He was cool, and the Boogeyman. I was retarded. Nobody cared. He was gone in like 2 seconds anyway. And then who else was it? Zack Ryder returned, which was cool. Big ups to Zack Ryder. I'm glad that he's back. Hopefully they may let him do something actually, but you know, we don't know. He basically got thrown out. He did his broski boot and then got thrown out. And the rest of the Rumble was, man, especially towards the end. Once Dan Bryan left, once they threw Dan Bryan out of that ring, and the way he went, really, that's probably the big thing. The way that he went out, the fans in Philly just booed it. They rejected everything. Everything after that point was over, and that was a real mistake on the WWE, in my opinion. If you're gonna go with Roman Reigns, give those people hope so they won't boo the rest of the Rumble. Keep Dan Bryan in there, so they won't boo it. You know, I mean, let them be like the last 4 eliminated, and then, you know, majority of Royal Rumble, these guys were excited, but you killed the crowd once it happened. And to me, that's not even the worst part, man. The worst part of this whole thing. These are 2 of the worst parts of this whole Royal Rumble. Is the later half when the fan favorites are in there. You got Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler, and Dean Ambrose in there. These are the 3 people that the fans are hoping will walk out of this thing the Royal Rumble winner. These are the fan favorites. And what do? They take 40-something-year-old Big Show and Kane, almost in their freaking 50s. Big Show and Kane, who've been in the wrestling business for, 2 decades? Take those guys and make them basically bury the new talent, which is the dumbest thing I have ever seen in my life. I could not believe that literally they just took, I say this in my review, they just took Dolph Ziggler and they threw him over the rope like he was just some freaking jobber or something. And they did the same thing with Bray Wyatt and the same thing with Dean Ambrose. These guys are supposed to be the future of your freaking business, and you treat them like trash. I don't understand that. You're trying to build these new stars, and it's not logical. Why are these 40-something-year-old guys who are on the tail end of their careers in the final freaking 4? Why? I understand that it's kind of has something to do with the storyline, but nobody gives a crap about Big Show and Kane anymore. I'm sorry. I love Big Show and I love Kane, and I respect their careers, and they have awesome careers, but it's about time for them to start to fade out of WWE. They should not have these big roles anymore. They really shouldn't. And the fact that they took a dump on the freaking talent pool, the best talent you have on your roster, is stupid just for the sake of Roman Reigns. And then Roman Reigns eliminates those guys, and then you have Rusev in there. He comes back in and gets speared and demolished. This guy, this monster you've been building for an entire year, just gets speared and thrown out, and that's it, all for the sake of Roman Reigns. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. The dumbest, final 5 or 6 minutes of the Royal Rumble I've ever watched. It just was not logical in my. I mean, if you're trying to think about the future of your business, don't bury. I mean, okay, Roman Reigns is great. That's your guy, but don't bury the rest. It's just stupid. But I don't know. Vince isn't thinking about those guys. He's only thinking about Roman Reigns. That's going to be his moneymaker for the next 10, 15 years now. And like I said, I get that, but come on, don't bury the rest of your talent. You have more than just Roman Reigns. This is what Vince's mistake was with John Cena. Only thing he cared about was Cena, and everybody else was just secondary. And it's stupid. It's not like it should be how it is in the Ruthless Aggression era and the Attitude era, where everybody mattered. Yes, you had your big dogs, yes, you had your Austins, your Rocks, but you also had your mid card that was popular, and other stars, Triple H and Mick Foley, all those guys, too. So I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. But that's basically my opinion on all that. And as far as going forward into WrestleMania, they could make this work. It's not too late. We have not seen a actual show yet since the whole snow thing. We didn't get an actual Raw, so we don't know where they're gonna go with this. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they will fix it again and have Daniel Bryan or whatever. I don't think they will, but they could change the match if it's that bad, or if anything, they could end up turning Roman Reigns heel, or anything could happen really. So we don't know. And hopefully, Roman Reigns will improve in the time that he has. And it's not saying this guy, he has wrestling in his blood. He's just not some no-name guy like a Goldberg or somebody who just comes in from another freaking sport and tries to, become a big name. This guy is born, his family was raised or was made in wrestling. So I'm going to give Roman Reigns a shot. I like Roman Reigns. I just do not think he was ready this year. But apparently the WWE does, so we're just going to have to roll with the punches, and hopefully WrestleMania 31 ends up being a good WrestleMania. We still have matches like Triple H versus Sting, and I guess Rusev versus John Cena, which was going to be on Fastlane. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that. But those matches, and Daniel Bryan will be doing something, and Bray Wyatt may be feuding with The Undertaker, so it could be a decent card. I mean, yes, I'm really upset about it, but I'm not saying that I'm going to freaking, cancel my subscription to WWE Network. That's just doesn't make sense. If you're a wrestling fan, you like WWE, you're not going to do that. You're not going to go or cancel it just to spite WWE and then have to pay $60 to buy the pay-per-view. It just doesn't make any sense. So I won't be doing that. But for those who are, great. And for those people who, those rumors at Philly that people were blocking the talent, like, don't be upset at the talent. First of all, that's really stupid. That's just retarded. I don't know why you would try to do something like that. And don't be upset at the talent. You should be upset with Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn and all those guys who are making the show. Be upset with them, not the talent. They have nothing to do with this. They're literally just casualties. Same thing with Roman Reigns, really just a casualty. It's not his fault that he's not back there saying, make me freaking the man. I demand it. He's not out there doing that. They want him to be the guy. So anyway, guys, that's my rebuttal on that. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the page to Sergeant D's YouTube page. He's an awesome guy. I went to WrestleMania 30 with him. We had a great time. Definitely go check him out. He's trying hard to build up his YouTube channel, so I definitely want you guys to support him if you're supporting me. But until the next video, guys, comment, rate, subscribe, stay gold, everybody. Peace. Believe that.